Hey guys, Tim with Sightlinestrategies here. Welcome back to another episode of Dry Fire Tools of the Trade. I really hope that this information that I'm putting out helps you in some way, shape, or form to help you up your game, especially in the comfort of your own home with the tremendous amount of dry fire stuff that we are putting out there, both from the competitive standpoint and the everyday carry / defensive standpoint, the applied violence standpoint, if you will. Today what we're going to talk about is how to draw from concealment from the appendix position. We're going to go over a couple of different ways to do that and the pros and cons of each way. Of course, try both ways, put them under the timer, but I'm about to break the internet and say with some things, especially in regards to applied violence, it's not always about the timer. It's about reliability, and I'll show that in just a minute. So let's get started. I refer to it as pushing the cover garment forward or in front of the gun because I am a right-handed shooter. So basically I am pushing all of the loose material on top of the slide or towards my left side if you really want to think about it. So basically all I'm going to do is take my right hand, I'm going to come down just right where the gun is from concealment. I'm going to grab and drive straight forward while trapping the cover garment behind my wrist, as you can see there. From there, I'm going to drive straight down onto the gun. From here, establish your grip with your preferred method. You can use the claw grip, as like so, which is basically putting the thumb on top of the rear sight, or if you're using a dot, basically on top of the dot. Or you can, at this point, drive your thumb in between the gun and your body. From there, as you can see, I'm using the claw grip. I'm simply going to draw and present the gun straight to you. That way, what this is doing here is I am pushing all of the material forward. As you can see there, even doing it here and letting you guys see the grip of the gun, I am pushing the material away from the grip of the gun. Let's go ahead and establish either way that you choose to use. The two main ways that you'll see taught a lot. What you don't want to do is foul it or foul your draw with extra material. As you can see there, I'm grabbing and I have material there. We don't want to do that. If that happens, most of the time, your shirt is going to win, period. All right. Second way is what I prefer to call the backwards C method. Basically, you're going to start the same way, drive into a backwards C and drive down onto the gun. Again, from here, you can use the claw grip or drive down and create space and drive your thumb between your firearm and your body. Now, from there, you can do this and go from there. What I will tell you is what I have seen on force-on-force things when guys are grappling or things like that when they use the backwards C. Number one, it's actually because you're driving the gun in between two people. It's a lot easier to get your hand trapped. The main part though is it's a lot easier if you're not careful, especially if you're rummaging around or grappling with somebody, is to grab, like I just said, and put that material right here just like that. Again, material, bad idea, okay? Secondly, what can happen there is you can defeat if you have to present straight to the target, but if you're using a backward C and you foul the draw in some way, shape, or form, and you put that material down onto the grip, you may not have to present straight up to the target. You may have to come to a thumb pectoral index. If I have too much material because I pushed it down to the grip, I can't come back down properly to a thumb pectoral index. I can cause a lot of issues here. However, going back to the first way that I showed you, the push method or whatever you want to call it, when I drive the material down forward, even if it were to get caught, I can fight through, come back, thumb pectoral index, and now I can do what I got to do. So it's either from here or straight out here, whatever your situation dictates. Another consideration is oh yeah, this is a consideration. Now, for my applied violence folks, obviously I'm a dad, got this little thing here. Hopefully I'm a dad and I've got this little guy here. Even before all of that, I would carry my daughter in my left hand because it's my right hand. Keys, things like that, opening doors, what have you. Carrying snacks, lickies and chewies. What you can do, now my daughter's a lot bigger now, she's 3, she's a toddler, so her legs are a little bit longer. If you do have a bigger doll baby or you have a toddler and you have a circ pistol or a blue gun, try it out with holding them in your hands. Now, what can happen is, for demonstration purposes, the backwards C, what happens is, if their legs are dangling, I'm over-exaggerating, this will happen. I can drive their legs, and what can happen is if something gets fouled, I'm already fouling my draw there. Can it happen? Can you train through it? Yeah, but if something were to happen, it just makes it easier for things to foul. However, left-handed, kids in my left hand, and I have all of this space available, I can even come all the way from behind here, from behind the gun, push it forward down, and I'm pushing away from the legs there if their legs are kind of hanging down. As you can see there, I've got the doll baby, you've got it hanging like that at a right angle. It's just something to bear in mind, okay? So, to summarize, you have the backward C method, which is basically drawing a backward C, trapping the fabric, again with the wrist, up and drawing. That's it. Secondly is the push method, or pushing the fabric away from the gun or forward to the slide. So I'm just going to come to the gun, up, trap it with the wrist, and get it out. And go from there. Now, little tips and tricks there is just like anything else, you want a proprioceptive index. So I prefer is make sure you feel that cover garment behind your arm. You can do that, and that helps with things. Another thing is do not draw the gun higher than you need to. So once you feel the gun and clear the holster, it comes out. So what can happen, and the reason that is important, is if the draw is not perfect, if you have just a little bit of material there and you do this, it's a lot easier to fight through the fabric there, as long as you don't have fabric in your grip there. And even if you do, you can at least fight through it a little bit, maneuver, and go from there, versus drawing the gun straight up into the cover garment. As you can see here, I'm starting to create issues. We don't want to do that, all right? So, just a quick and easy vid. I hope this helps. Remember, we should be practicing all aspects to get better, whether it's for our defensive purposes or the competition purposes. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, can't buy skill, so go earn it.